It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
This is our moment, and we're doing what many thought we couldn't. We're investing in the stock market. We're buying rental properties. We're starting businesses. And when you're looking for a financial advisor to help you build wealth, choose one you can trust. Choose Wilson Wealth.
Welcome to First Horizon Park in Nashville, Tennessee. Game number 3 of the Music City Diamond Classic. It's the second game of our doubleheader between Tuskegee University and Lane College Dragons. Brian Fulford and Jamie Walker joining me for this broadcast. Jamie, how are we doing, my friend?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm great. After seeing a great first game in our doubleheader. Looking forward to what's in store for this rubber match. The series has been split 1-1. Each team has shut out the other. Of course, on Saturday, Lane with a 10-0 win over Tuskegee in Game 1. 5-0 for the Golden Tigers over Lane. At the plate right now is Trevez Brown for Lane. Brown, the center
table
fielder.
setter.
And pitching for Tuskegee is Hunter Hudson. And we'll see if Hunter Hudson can give the type of performance that Savante Williams did in Game 1. 0-2 pitch for Hudson. Brown slaps it out into shallow left field. And that ball is caught by the left fielder, Martin. And now Chris
earlier both teams. See that both teams kind of want to set the tone defensively. Lane has to be feeling a little bit bad just because after that first game performance and then dropping this last game.
First pitch to O'Neal. Outside, ball 1. We'll set the defensive assignments here in just a moment after this pitch. And let's see, he went, they're going to say he did go. Yes, look down to the first base umpire. He did say he did
Tough
go.
call there.
Yeah. The 1-1. Swinging strike two. Let's set the lineup out in the outfield for Tuskegee. And left field is Martin, Lewis in center, and Corey Stallings, who did not make an appearance in game one, is out in right. Around the infield, Cody Willis is the third baseman for this contest. Dominic Johnson on short. Caleb Cobb again at second base. And the first baseman is Russell Coleman. Move to a full count. Ronald McGee behind the plate again. And as mentioned, Hunter Hudson on the bump now with a full count. To the third base, spinning, toss, and that ball gets by the first baseman, Coleman.
And you can see there just by the spinning, may have thrown him off target just slightly.
And we'll see if our replay gives us that angle. We'll see what they rule out there. They did rule that as an error, so we'll mark that down as an E5. First error of the contest. That was one thing that Tuskegee did a good job of their defense in the second game, but first game today, limiting those errors. Zach Elias to the plate with a runner on first, one out. Called strike one.
You can see the ump still being liberal with the strike zone.
Hudson fouled off by Elias. You know, Jamie, the pitching was so efficient, actually by both sides in the last game. It kind of spoiled us. I wonder what game two will have in store for us.
Me too. Both games move quick.
Yeah, unofficially, I think that first game was under 2 hours, probably 1 hour and, if I had to guess, 45 minutes possibly.
Wow. What I could appreciate about really both games was the energy by both squads.
Foul ball. Yeah, definitely. I made note of that. The energy was awesome to see. Looked like Tuskegee woke up. They didn't have that energy on Saturday. Lane has had it all series. Called strike three. Two down.
Try to get it all there. Hard swing right there.
Christian Armstrong is playing first today. He pitched the last game at the plate, batting .365. And there's a pickoff attempt there over at first. And it's just going to be a clean tag. And that Tuskegee's out of the inning. So before Armstrong even gets the swing at a pitch, Tuskegee gets a pickoff play. Poor base running there by O'Neal. Played Lane a little bit in the first game, and so right off the bat, Tuskegee gets out of the inning. We'll be back heading into the bottom of the first inning. You're watching the Music City Diamond Classic on the Black College Sports Network.
Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique to spice up your closet with trendy, unique looks. We have fashionable and chic looks at very affordable prices. Velvet Boutique offers free shipping all year long on all orders. Shop online at www.melvetboutique.com. That's www.melvetboutique.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique.
I'm returning to Clinton Parish, and Tampa's my community. I grew up here went to school here, and my wife and I make our home here. What makes Tampa special are its people. So when I represent someone injured in my community, it's personal. Call my office and speak to a real lawyer and not some referral service. I will fight the insurance companies to get the settlement that you deserve. At the law office of Clinton Paris, we take the pain out of being heard.
This is Brian Fulford. A.D. Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Sugar Chateau Desserts is a special.
Heading into the bottom of the first inning, live here, First Horizon Park, Nashville, Tennessee, home of the Nashville Sounds, or the Nashville Sound. They are a AAA affiliate for the Milwaukee Brewers. It's been a beautiful facility. Just looking over into downtown Nashville in our center field, our outfield view. For Tuskegee, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. It's always a good thing when you can expose these athletes, especially those that have higher hopes, to a great ballpark like First Horizon.
Yes, definitely. This has been a good opportunity across the board. Our third Diamond Classic that we've had an opportunity to be a part of here. On the bump for Lane, Joel Ballard. First pitch. Low ball one. He is pitching to Josh Lewis, the center fielder, followed by Russell Coleman and Ronald McGee. Same 1-2-3 from game one. And Lewis takes, so 1 ball, 1 strike. For a minute, Lewis thought about it. Lewis, of course, led off game one with a double and later scored. Here comes Coach Barber. Interesting to see him come out so early.
Very much so. You can see them trying to, show that they're playing small ball. So just as Coach Barber wants to prepare the defense for whatever may occur.
I'll set the rest of the batting lineup for Tuskegee. After Lewis, Coleman, and McGee, should we get to the cleanup spot, it'll be Ryan Martin. Moving up into order, he was actually 7th in game one, moving up to the cleanup spot. In 5th will be Caleb Cobb, the second baseman. Cody Willis started this game. Of course, I already mentioned his name. It's over at 3rd, batting 6th. Corey Stallings, the right fielder, 7th. Mark Hatch is the DH, batting 8th. Dominic Johnson, the shortstop, bats 9th. 2 balls and 1 strike for Ballard, facing Joshua Lewis. Bunt attempt is called foul. Hits the part of the plate. So now we have a 2-2 count.
Nearly got on right there.
Yeah, a little conversation.
Really good bunt attempt.
A little quick conversation here by Coach Barber to the umpire. And now we have a conference here.
You gotta love the conference in here. Just trying to get everything together. And when you're looking at both of these teams and they're playing small ball, you can kind of see what strategy they're trying to implement.
Okay, so the call is going to remain, and that sends Lewis back into the box. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's got to put this one in play. If he bunts, I believe he will be out if this one goes foul.
He will.
Swinging, strike 3. Ballard gets his first strikeout of the contest.
Really good off-speed pitch right there. You can see they were preparing for the fastball, but threw it slightly under regular miles per hour and just got him in swinging.
Russell Coleman steps in the box. Coleman had a pair of strikeouts. First pitch is high, takes ball 1. Coleman did have a single late into that contest, called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Coleman right now.
Come on, kid. Come on, Six.
Outside ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Coleman really being patient at the plate.
Don't miss it.
Foul ball just over the Tuskegee dugout. Caught by that new netting which you have at ballparks these days to sort of protect the folks behind the dugouts. The 2-2, way outside, ball 3. And you can see Ballard kind of pointing to his catcher. He now has a full count to Coleman. Called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate, and that's 2 down on K's for Ballard.
And that was tough right there. I tell you what, if you look at the previous pitch, it was close to that same location. But again, these umps have been liberal really the entire weekend.
Ronald McGee, the catcher, steps in. First pitch from Ballard. Right back up the middle. First base hit of the contest for Tuskegee.
Really good piece of hitting right there by McGee.
Do you think the catcher has a little bit of advantage when he steps to the plate, maybe compared to another batter? Maybe he's looking for certain signs. What are your thoughts on that, Jamie?
Well, I think more than anything, catchers have a different perspective in baseball in general. A lot of major league managers were ex-catchers, and they kind of have a view that maybe other infielders or outfielders don't have.
So with McGee on first, Ryan Martin, the left fielder, comes to the plate. And we've not really sure what precipitated the umpire to have to come run in there.
I'm not sure either.
What I do like is the fact that the great microphones can pick up a lot of conversation. So that's part of the game that I love hearing. So we thank the Nashville Sound for giving us that sound. High ball 1.
And again, you can hear that energy coming from the dugout.
Now, I'll tell you, that's something we didn't see too much of in game number 1. We didn't see too many throws back over to first. And I wouldn't think McGee to be someone to steal. High and inside, ball 2.
It looks like Ballard may be a little bit nervous about McGee being at first. They were trying to take a bag on him right here.
2-0 pitch to Martin. Goes back to first. You know, he's already the catcher, so he's already got to be a little dirty. There's a strong cut by Martin. Strike one.
Again, Martin trying to get it all right there in one swing.
Seemed that way. Not much of a wind in the outfield. A slight breeze heading towards left. And the runner's going. McGee. And he's going to be credited for a stolen base on that one.
And nearly got picked off just because he didn't get back to the bag.
Right. That's what you can hear. You can hear the dugout reminding him to get back on the bag. So now with a runner on second, 2 outs, 2-2 pitch for Joel Ballard. Ryan Martin at the plate. Swinging and striking out the side, Joel Ballard. And Tuskegee gets 1 hit. They leave a runner on. No errors. We're heading to the top of the second. Our score is still 0-0. You're watching the Music City Diamond Classic on the Black College Sports Network.
Sugar Chateau Desserts is a specialty bakery located in the Charlotte, North Carolina metro area. We will create delicious and one-of-a-kind treats for any occasion. Sugar Chateau is currently shipping cakes in a jar, offering a variety of different flavors in a single-serve container that can help you celebrate in accordance with social distancing. Place your orders today by calling 803-526-7895 or visiting sugarchateaudesserts.com.
Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Maya here, and I'm just stopping through to send some love your way, but also to invite you to download the iHeart My HBCU app, the official HBCU spare change app to mix and mingle in the HBCU chat rooms as alumni vie for the #1 spot for the most loved HBCU based on spare change donations. I hope everybody's staying safe and well out here. Much love. Peace and blessings. Enjoy.
This is our moment, and we're doing what many thought we couldn't. We're investing in the stock market. We're buying rental properties. We're starting businesses. And when you're looking for a financial advisor to
Christian Armstrong will lead off the second inning for Lane. He got caught standing in the box as his teammate got picked off. So Armstrong, who pitched game 1, comes up to the plate swinging strike 1.
You can see both teams aggressively swinging.
High ball 1, Hunter Hudson for Tuskegee on the hill. Brian Fulford and Jamie Walker here there's a high pop up infield. Let's see who's got it. I lost it in the air. I think it's the third baseman that's got it.
It is.
Yes, it is indeed. Cody Willis makes that. Yeah, Jamie, I had it.
Kind of frustrated.
I had it when it came off the bat, and then I looked up in the clouds, and it blended in with everything. So at that point,
it did.
Yeah, I can't imagine. That's probably what Willis had to deal with.
Most definitely, it's tough for fielders especially if they go in the air.
Strike 1, Caleb Banks at the plate. Ooh, a little chin music there, a little high and inside, a little tight there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Just let him know he's there.
Hunter Hudson, not afraid to pitch inside at all. Ball 2. Banks steps in the plate. The 2-1 pitch. A little off-speed action there. Caught him swinging. Strike 2.
Both pitchers have been doing a phenomenal job moving the ball in and out and changing speeds.
The 2-2 pitch. Just got a piece of that one to stay alive. Good piece of hitting there by Banks.
Trying to put the ball in play here. You can see both teams love playing small ball.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Kalen Banks looks at that one, and he's going to still be in there with a full count now. The 3-2 pitch. Off speed, and he's going to take a base. So the first walk.
Which is surprising. Yeah, based on how aggressive the teams are being, you can kind of see them taking walks as being advantageous really for both squads.
Melvin Creighton is the DH in this game. He was playing third in the last game. Right back to the pitcher. It's opportunity for 2 to second. All the way over to first. Inning double play for Tuskegee. And they get out of the inning again. 1, 2, 3.
Outstanding for both squads. You can see the pitcher quickly getting into the second inning, getting the first.
We'll come back with the bottom of the second. You're watching the Music City Diamond Classic on the Black College Sports Network.
This is our moment, and we're doing what many thought we couldn't. We're investing in the stock market. We're buying rental properties. We're starting businesses. And when you're looking for a financial advisor to help you build wealth, choose one you can trust. Choose Wilson Wealth.
Have you had your Earthblend coffee today? At Earthblend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in one cup with Earthblend Coffee.
Bottom of the second inning for Tuskegee. Stepping into the plate, the second baseman, Caleb Cobb. Inside pitch by Joel Ballard, called ball 1. Ballard struck out the side in the first inning for Lane. It's already down 2-0.
Tell you what, Ballard's not wasting any time getting pitches in and out.
No, big fan of his pacing right now. Now he's dealing with a 3-0 pitch, or a 3-0 spot. And on 4 straight pitches, Cobb gets on first.
So you see, you may need to take advantage of that pacing and slow down just a little bit.
And that's got to be frustrating, Jamie, given the fact that you struck out the side in the first inning, and now you've given up a walk in 4 consecutive pitches. Put a runner on first. I know that's got to be a little frustrating for Mr. Ballard. There's a bunt attempt by Cody Willis, the third baseman.
Again, their willingness to play a little small ball, trying to get some runs on the board.
The 0-1 pitch to Willis, and they go back over to first. That ball a bit high. So that's 5 of 6 pitches now.
And Ballard may be a little bit distracted with the runner on first.
Cody Willis at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lays down the bunt up the first base line. There's the tag by Ballard. He thought about heading over to second, but wisely holds on to it. And so runner advances to second.
Really good decision.
Yeah,
really good bunt there. Gets it on to the right side so he can advance the runner. Also a good decision by Ballard just to get the out.
Well, Willis did what he wanted to do, which advanced the runner into scoring position, and that's what Tuskegee has now. Corey Stallings, the right fielder. And he's going to hit that ball into right field. It's shallow. Tag. Nope, he thought about it. There's a good throw. And it gets by the third baseman. Is he going to have a play, though? A little flip over and the tag, and he is out. And
right
so
on time, he who hesitates in war.
So even though that ball got by the third baseman, it took a, what you could say, it took a lane ricochet and came actually back towards the line. And Cobb, deservedly so, he had to go tag up, but he was a little slow getting off second base. You can see that replay there, and then a nice flip from the shortstop over to.
That was from Ballard.
Yeah. That was from Ballard. Okay, that was exactly. That's what I thought. Yeah. That was Ballard backing up. So a good play there from the pitcher backing up the ball. So that's how that inning comes to an end. You're watching the Music City Diamond Classic. Our score is 0-0. We're on the Black College Sports Network.
Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Maya here, and I'm just stopping through to send some love your way, but also to invite you to download the iHeart My HBCU app, the official HBCU spare change app to mix and mingle in the HBCU chat rooms as alumni vie for the #1 spot for the most loved HBCU based on spare change donations. I hope everybody stays safe and well out here. Much love. Peace and blessings. Enjoy.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresources.
Heading into the top of the third inning, stepping into the plate, Thomas Arias, who was the game-winning pitcher on Saturday after an 8-inning performance in which he only gave up 1 hit, shutout effort through just over 100 pitches. And Arias has been in right field today. Here he is batting in the 7th spot. Shot to the third baseman on the corner, from corner to corner. Nice and easy, a smooth play there from Willis to Coleman. And Arias and Tuskegee one down.
Yes, it was smooth. You can see just the field clean and through the first. And Brian, I'm gonna tell you what, I hate to jinx this, but this is the top of the third already. Fast moving ball.
Yeah, knock on some wood, please, Jamie, because whenever you have to start with "I hate to jinx it," yeah. First pitch called strike one on Johniel Armstrong, the catcher. And he takes, there's ball one there.
And again, you can see the aggressive nature of both hitting teams.
Shot into left field. He's on his horse, moving towards the fence, off the wall. Left fielder has to come and get it, and he'll go towards third base, and Lane gets a double from
Here's the
Johniel
first
Armstrong.
meaningful action. Really just a good piece of hitting there. Turned on it, nearly got it out of the ballpark. I think the left fielder played it about as good as you could.
Yeah, he played that about as well as you could, definitely. I think he played it just right off the wall. Fortunately, it caromed back towards him, or a little bit ahead of him. It didn't go off towards that deep corner in left field. There's a swinging cut by Tavares Brown. Tavares trying to put that one into the outfield. First hit of the ball game for Lane on that double.
Saw that strike there. The catcher did a phenomenal job of framing that pitch.
0-2 from Hudson. Continues to check the runner at second. He steps off the pad. That sends Armstrong back to check up. Now he focuses back on the plate. The 0-2. There's a swing. That's high into right field. Right fielder settles under it, Stallings. That may advance the runner to third. A play. There's a cutoff, and he overthrew the third baseman. And I think that's going to send him home because that ball went into the stands.
It did. You like the aggressive nature of trying to get the runner, but sometimes you just need to hold the ball.
Yeah, we've seen that we've seen those mistakes happen, and so Lane gets their first run on an error by the shortstop. So that's going to be a pass ball on the shortstop. That's the second error for Tuskegee. First run of the ball game, and Lane takes a 1-0 lead. Tuskegee with 2 errors in this ball game so far. Back to the top of the lineup goes Lane, and that's Trevez Brown.
Slide out Lane using his energy to try to score some more runs.
And that's going to be a foul ball. On the roof and onto the street.
As Jordan would say, the ceiling is the roof.
Great quote. That ball gets away from Hudson, or actually it got away from the catcher McGee, but no harm, no foul. Nobody's on base. You can let that one get by you. 2 balls, 1 strike. Facing Trevez Brown. Brown past the diving second baseman into right field, and there's a single for Brown.
Good effort there by the second baseman, just ball was just outside the stretch. Couldn't make the play.
Yeah, from where I'm looking, he never really had a clean shot at that. Not without a little more speed, and probably because of his spacing. I mean, the second baseman is shaded a little more towards the second base, and
which was interesting because that was a left-handed batter.
Yes. There's a shot in the left field down the line. It's going to hit the bullpen area. Good cut there by Chris O'Neill.
And again, you can see Lane being aggressive with the bats. I think they saw Tuskegee in that last game really become aggressive and playing small ball, but you kind of see, see them making really hard cuts here at the plate.
There's a pop-up high. Looks like the first baseman or the catcher. First baseman has this one right on the foul line, and Tuskegee gets out of the inning. So they leave a runner. Lane leaves a runner on, but they did get a run score with one hit. Actually, 2 hits in that inning. Our score is 1-0. We head to the bottom of the second. You're watching the Music City Diamond Classic on the Black College Sports Network.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties through its programs Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and parenting education coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
Back to First Horizon Park here, going into the bottom of the third inning. Brian Fulford and Jamie Walker here. Lane got their first run of the contest in the top half, and so let's see if Tuskegee can match here in the bottom. Called strike one on Mark Hatch, the DH for today. There's a shot into left field. Left fielder comes over. That's Brown. Trevez Brown did a good job of running that over into the left center field area.
Really good defense on there. You can see the left fielder and the center fielder communicating. Left fielder had the better angle on the ball.
You know, that's one of the things we've seen, Jamie, as Dominic Johnson steps to the plate for Tuskegee. We've seen some plays where if the communication might have been a little bit better between two players, the results might have been different. I can think back to a particular play in Game 1 on Saturday, and even a couple of situations in the first half of this doubleheader.
Well, it's all about communicating in general. When you have outfielders and you have that one little small ball, you have to talk.
Called strike, 1-1 count for Joel Ballard. And that one skips off the, hits the dirt before it even got across the plate. Ball 2.
And Ballard has been up and down as far as how he's approached really all the batters. They've gotten on, but really Lane's defense is held.
Another one that's low, kind of gets away from the catcher, and now it's 3-1. Top of the order is on deck. Josh Lewis. Swinging. Strike 2 for Johnson. Full count for Ballard. Outside part of the plate, called ball 4, and he's going to take his base.
I'll tell you what, the catcher tried to frame it. Tried to get the ump to call that third strike, but it was just a little too low.
Didn't want to do it. The second walk given up by Ballard in the contest, and here comes Coach Barber. We haven't seen a strikeout since he struck out the side in the first inning.
No, he's been a benefactor of some really great defense. You've seen a couple of times where the outfielders have bailed him out. You've seen infielders really be able to turn plays. Aggressive base running by Tuskegee really have gotten Ballard in a really good situation.
And I wouldn't be surprised if some of that conversation has to do with those balls that are hitting the dirt low, as if he's not putting enough energy, or he's not his motion is a little bit off on his delivery to the mound, or to the plate, excuse me.
It could be because he's not an overpowering pitcher. He relies on being able to really change speeds and movement.
One out, runner on first base for Joshua Ballard. Struck out in his last plate appearance in the first. And there's that ball that gets by. There's that pass ball. And that's exactly what I think Coach was worried about, or what we had seen previously that might have been the reason why Coach Barber decided to come out to the mound. So Johnson moves over.
And he was. It was a matter of just tell him to throw strikes, let your defense do their job.
The 1-0 pitch. Low and away, ball 2. I think we may credit that as a wild pitch.
I would agree with you.
All right. 2-0 count by Ballard. And there's a called strike.
Good pitch there. That would have been hard to bunt.
Runner on second is Dominic Johnson. Got a nice lead. High and inside, ball 3.
So now with this 3-1 count, Coach Barber may have to think about warming someone out in the bullpen.
Swinging cut by Josh Lewis. And another full count. Second consecutive full count that Ballard has had. He walked Johnson, who was the last batter, excuse me. The 3-2. And he hits him in the back. That one got ahead of him, and he puts Lewis on first.
A really tough spot for Ballard. Been on first and second, one out. And Tuskegee's willingness to actually play small ball, they may want to just move these runners over and see what happens.
Russell Coleman, the first baseman, called strike 1 on Coleman. Coleman struck out in the first inning. had a pair of strikeouts in game one as he calls time, step out of the box. With only one out, Jamie, I would not be surprised to see Tuskegee lay down a bunt.
I wouldn't be surprised either, just based on Coleman's strikeouts earlier. But he also may be trying to get something out to the left side.
Fouled off on that cut. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ballard has not struck out a batter since the first. Now we have 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that skips off the dirt, looking around for it, and they're going to advance the runners on that one. I don't know if you call that a pass ball as much as you do. I don't know, what do you call that, Jamie? I don't know if you call that a wild pitch or a pass ball. It got away. It lost. I mean, the catcher lost sight of it for just long enough that the runners were able to advance.
Well, I would give a wild pitch to Ballard. But I tell you what, that really gave an opportunity for Tuskegee to blow this thing open.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners on second and third in scoring position. Russell Coleman. And I think we got a balk.
And we do.
And now I think the frustration level for Ballard is going to go to a level. You know, I've been watching Ballard and his motion, his delivery, and I was wondering if and when somebody was going to pick up on it. And so that was Dominic Johnson, who advances into a run to score a run to tie this game up as he commits a balk.
He does. He's really been worried about runners the entire game. But once you commit to the plate, you have to follow through.
Right. A lot of energy from both sides now.
And I tell you what, he's making a mistake.
Say again?
He just made a colossal mistake there. He still has a man on third, and he did steal the base. What he did was go into the pump handle instead of to the stretch.
Well, the runner advanced on the balk. It was on the balk advanced both the runner on second and on third. Souvenir for somebody hits over the net. But I agree with you, though. I think he had an opportunity to maybe check the runner at third because Lewis was definitely cheating as if he's ready to come home at a moment's notice. On contact, I think Lewis is coming home.
Absolutely.
In another full count situation, this will be the third consecutive full count that Ballard has faced in this inning. Great at bat here for Russell Coleman as he calls time. He's really getting the most out of this.
Yeah, Ballard's thrown a lot of pitches here.
To the plate, and it skips, and there's a I'll tell you, I don't think the catcher appreciated Coleman being so quick to discard the bat in his gloves, but cooler heads prevailed, and so
I picked up on that as well.
You saw that?
I did. It looks like maybe a little bit of showboating there. And you can kind of see them pick up on Ballard's frustration as well.
Mm-hmm. So now Coleman moves over to first. Lewis is on third. So runners on the corners. Ronald McGee's at the plate. And that's how you make a guy work for it a little bit. You throw back. I would not be surprised if Ballard throws over to first a couple more times. Now, with that said, you got to be careful because Lewis has been cheating over on third. The plate to the plate, low and away, ball one. Now, the question, Jamie, do you think that Ballard has shown the kind of concentration to be able to deal with everything that's going on in this inning, runners on the corners, and being able to concentrate with the batter in the box?
No, he hadn't shown the ability at all. Actually, I think that Coach Barber is really just trying to get him to calm down and throw strikes. They've had a willing defense all game, and it's just a matter of him throwing balls across the plate.
The umpire came over and said something to the Tuskegee bench. I'm not really sure what was said. Runners thought about going, but that's a called strike one, so 1-1 is the count now. I told you there was going to be a couple of first base checks. We've already seen 2. I expect a third one coming. Now, this is one of those things that many people who advocate for the pace of play to improve in baseball with these timeouts being called in the box, and there it is. I told you it was coming. They're getting closer and closer. Ballard, very emotional, very demonstrative. He is not shy about letting you know how he feels.
Not at all.
I think Ballard thinks he can pick him off at first.
Well, the runners at first and third are always tough. Different managers, different coaches try to approach it, especially with less than 2 outs.
2 balls, 1 strike. And there's that pickoff attempt, the 4th attempt over at first. You got to love the cat and mouse games of baseball.
Absolutely. That's the fun in it.
Runners going, and the catcher is unable to control that one and play at the plate. And smartly, Lewis, who's on third, he thought about it, but he said, no, I'm going back. Ballard did a great job of coming to cover his catcher at the plate.
And really, that's the second time Ballard has stopped an additional run or stopped a runner from advancing. Tuskegee in the first could have had more than 1 run, but Ballard actually covered third or was behind the throw on third and actually was able to pick off a runner.
So you can see that replay there. I had a feeling at some point Coleman was going to go. He wasn't too fond of all of those pickoff attempts. The Tuskegee bench getting into it. The dugout is into it now as they have runners on first and second. They've already scored 1 run in this inning. Or excuse me, second and third. Ronald McGee now. Now he's facing a 3-1 with an open first base. He may take this one. Nope, he decides to knock this one into center field. That may bring home 2. Lewis comes in. Coleman comes in. And a 2-run single by Ronald McGee on a 3-1 pitch. Pushes Tuskegee up 3-1 here in the bottom of the third.
With the runners moving over, it gave them a golden opportunity. It gave really just a green light to be able to go hit if it was available.
Ryan Martin in the box, fouled off the first pitch. You know, Jamie, that was actually just the first hit of the inning for Tuskegee. But they've scored 3 times.
Which is amazing. You can see them really getting the Ballard just by playing small ball, getting on the bases, doing what you need to do. Really just the small things in baseball.
Ballard goes back over to first. The 1-1 pitch to Martin. Martin to the third baseman. That could be two. Oh, and unable to control that was O'Neal. And that may be an error on the second baseman.
It may be right now if you're Coach Barber, you just need to settle your team down.
Here's the replay.
You play with sound defense throughout the game.
Well, I don't know. What do you think, Jamie? That was a high throw to second. Do you put that on the third baseman, or do you call that an error on the second baseman? The catch or the throw?
I think it could have been caught, but they may give that to the second baseman.
I'm still waiting to see if they put up an E on there. Caleb Cobb.
Right now, Ballard is frustrated, and Tuskegee knows he's frustrated.
First and second. Still have not seen on the score whether they ruled that an error or a base hit. I haven't seen it change yet, Jamie, so if I see a change, I'll let you know. The 1-1. High, ball two.
And again, you can see him paying more attention to the runners than actually throwing across the plate.
The 2-1 pitch by Ballard. Fouled off. And that's what he needed now, is puts him in a position with a 2-2 count now.
Tuskegee may try to be aggressive here.
Have to get a little clarification on what they called that. Maybe in between innings, we'll see what I can find out. The 2-2 pitch to the plate, fouled off by Cobb. Cobb was at the plate.
Really good piece of hitting by Cobb.
Cobb was at the plate last inning with a walk. Advanced to second on a fielder's choice and was caught stealing when the ball sailed by the third baseman coming out of the outfield, and so he's caught stealing. 1-5. The 2-2. Right past the third baseman. Is that going to bring a run in? Coming around third. Oh, they hold up. They hold up McGee. Good piece of good direction there by Coach Hollins. He holds up McGee, and that's going to leave the bases full now.
Really good piece of hitting there by Cobb. Got it out on the left side. And I think if you had 2 outs there, I think the runner goes.
So lots of excitement there from Tuskegee as Cody Willis comes to the plate with the bases loaded. 1 out. You know, it's all series. It's been Lane that has been the team with energy right now, but it is clearly Tuskegee's world. As Willis comes over to talk to Coach Hollins.
Got a really good situation here. Cobb can actually, Willis can just put the ball in play. The Lane defense really hadn't helped itself out at all.
With one out, a lot of things that can happen here. Obviously for Lane, double plays in play pretty much everywhere. I would imagine, though, your first priority on anything that comes into the infield is to home. Cody with a strong cut. He was really going after that one.
And I think that's what the coach told him. I think it's a matter of trying to get these runners in.
Strike 2 called on Willis. The 0-2. Just make contact with that one. Ballard wanting to pick up the pace and tempo here. Bases are loaded. The 0-2 pitch. Another foul ball by Willis.
And Willis just really wants to put the ball in play. Doesn't want to pop the ball up, but just wants to put it in play where things can happen.
Swinging strike. And Willis strikes out. First strikeout.
That's what you didn't want.
Yeah, first strikeout since the first inning for Ballard, his 4th overall. And now Corey Stallings comes to the plate. Stallings flied out to right field his last at-bat. First pitch swinging.
This is actually amazing. You can see Ballard communicating with his catchers, telling them, let's speed up, let's do this.
Fouled off. And, you know, I give him the strategy seems to have worked a little bit. Bases loaded. Stallings steps out. 0-2 pitch. Swinging right at the middle. One run will come in. Runners advance. A second run's coming around third. Play at the plate. Safe as he rolls to the rolling across the home plate. Was Martin.
You can see these Golden Tigers getting excited once again.
So a double, a 2 RBI double by Corey Stallings. Makes it 5-1 for Tuskegee. As McGee and Martin score from third and second.
Really good piece of hitting with 2 outs.
And Mark Hatch, who started this inning off with a fly out into left field, makes the 10th batter that Joel Ballard has faced in this inning. Tuskegee blown open the doors here with a 5-1 lead here in the bottom of the third. Here's a shot into center field. Brown settles under it and makes the out. What an inning by Tuskegee. As they score 3, check that, they score 5 runs on 3 hits, 1 error with 2 runners left on base. We head to the top of 4. Tuskegee leading 5-1. You're watching a Music City Diamond Classic on the Black College Sports Network.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app. As we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
This is our moment, And we're doing what many thought we couldn't. We're investing in the stock market. We're buying rental properties. We're starting businesses. And when you're looking for a financial advisor to help you build wealth, choose one you can trust. Choose Wilson Wealth.
Zach Elias comes to the plate for the top of the fourth inning for Lane, who's now found himself in a 5-1 hole after that offensive explosion by Tuskegee there in the bottom of the third. Hunter Hudson still on the mound for the Golden Tigers.
Curious to see if Hudson can maintain the same rhythm. He's been sitting down for a while.
Yeah, I mean, that's by far the longest inning that we have had today. 10 batters came to the plate that time for Lane, or Tuskegee, excuse me. Two-one counts. Yeah, it'll be real interesting to see if Lane can really take their time at the plate and really stretch this at-bat out. There's a shot into left center field. Drops right in front of the left fielder, Martin. And there's a leadoff single by Zach Elias.
You can't get it all back in one swing, but that's definitely a good table setter.
That was a good cut there by Elias. And now Christian Armstrong will come to the plate. Armstrong, the first baseman / pitcher. He pitched game one of this doubleheader. Did a pretty good job, if I must say. Runner's going. Play to second, and he's going to be safe as that ball started to move into the outfield. But Lane will settle, or I should say Elias will settle with just getting the stolen base there. And not
didn't want to get too aggressive.
No, exactly. Don't get too aggressive. I mean, you're in a good position. Armstrong batting .360 on the season with 17 RBIs. And that ball goes way over our heads. The 0-2 pitch to Armstrong. Swinging cut as a deflection, so that's going to count as off a foul, and that's going to count as a F2, I believe. Or it will not count as a strikeout, as it was a tip.
No, it won't.
Yeah. So with one out, Kalen Banks comes to the plate. He fouls it up high, hits the roof, and will roll off onto the street somewhere.
And just comparing Hudson and Ballard, with runners in scoring position, you can kind of see the concentration a little bit better with Hudson.
Hudson to the plate. There's that concentration you spoke of, Jamie. Choosing to focus in on the guy that's at the plate instead of everything going on behind him. I know that's got to be tough.
Very much so.
Fouled. Let's see what they say. Okay, because it hit the It was foul. It hit the third base umpire. It was right down the line, but it was foul.
See some action in the bullpen.
Yes, indeed. Tuskegee has somebody down there throwing. The 0-2 pitch fouled off as Banks continues to stay alive.
We'll see what he does here on the 0-2 count.
I'll tell you, Banks is staying alive here. Wait a minute, what do we have here?
I think he made contact with the catcher's mitt. Not sure.
Catcher's interference?
Yes, it may have been.
You know what's funny? I was just seeing that called in a major league game. I believe it was Dodgers-Padres from Friday night.
Which was a phenomenal game, by the way.
That's Kershaw, Kershaw and Darvish. And I believe Kershaw thought they're going to send the runner at second. The runner was at third, which was Elias. They're going to send him back to second.
Thought he could advance his way to third.
Doesn't hurt to try. So I'm not really. Let's see how they scored that. So we talked about earlier. I do see on the official score table, Tuskegee was given. Let's see. I'll try to make out what the error was. I noticed on the board they now have Tuskegee down with 3 errors. So it must have come in on that play right there.
It may have.
And I'm showing Lane with 2 errors, which I do have, but it's not on the scoreboard.
And I'll tell you what, right there still was a little bit of contact with the catcher's mitt again.
Runners on first and second, 0-2 count. Melvin Creighton at the plate, swinging. That's going to be popped up high. Little interference there. Okay. But first baseman Coleman was able to, a little interference there between Coleman and the lane base runner there. I think the base runner was trying to get back and tag. And good job by Coleman to concentrate. So now
you try to get all the advantages you can.
Thomas Arias comes to the plate with runners in scoring position, and Hudson. I'll always marvel at the pitchers who can spin around and make it look fluid, who can always get around and get that pick off at second. So awkward.
That is always the hardest one.
A foul ball deep down into the right field mezzanine area. Thomas Arias. Let's see what they say. They say no, he did not go around on that one. So it'll now be 2-1 for Arias.
That's tough.
Check that. That's 1-1. Now it's 2-1. Got ahead of myself as I looked at my monitor. Going into the empty seats over in the right field line. There's a couple of kids go after it. Somebody comes
That's the beautiful thing about baseball.
Exactly. Somebody comes up with a souvenir. The 2-2. Deuce is wild. Swinging strike three, and Hudson gets out of the inning, and Lane leaves 2 on the table with no runs. They did get 1 hit, and there was 1 error. We're going to go to the bottom of the 4th. Tuskegee with a 5-1 lead. You're watching the Music City Diamond Classic on the Black College Sports Network.
Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique to spice up your closet with trendy, unique looks. We have fashionable and chic looks at very affordable prices. Velvet Boutique offers free shipping all year long on all orders. Shop online at www.melvetboutique.com. That's www.melvetboutique.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Shop Velvet Online Women's Boutique.
I'm attorney Clinton Paris, and Tampa's my community. I grew up here, went to school here, and my wife and I make our home here. What makes Tampa special are its people. So when I represent someone injured in my community, it's personal. Call my office and speak to a real lawyer and not some referral service. I will fight the insurance companies to get the settlement that you deserve. At the law office of Clinton Paris, we take the pain out of being heard.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
Sugar Chateau Desserts is a specialty bakery located in the Charlotte, North Carolina metro area. We will create delicious and one-of-a-kind treats for any occasion. Sugar Chateau is currently shipping cakes in a jar, offering a variety of different flavors in a single-serve container that can help you celebrate in accordance with social distancing. Place your orders today by calling 803-526-7895 or visiting sugarchateaudesserts.com.
Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Maya here, and I'm just stopping through to send some love your way, but also to invite you to download the iHeart My HBCU app, the official HBCU spare change app to mix and mingle in the HBCU chat rooms as alumni vie for the #1 spot for the most loved HBCU based on spare change donations. I hope everybody's staying safe and well out here. Much love. Peace and blessings. Enjoy.
Bottom of the 4th inning, and Joel Ballard is on the mound for Lane. Had a rough inning at the bottom of the 3rd, but hopefully the time spent in between innings gave him an opportunity to catch his composure as he now faces Dominic Johnson at the bottom of the Tuskegee order. Brian Fulford and Jamie Walker here calling this one. Game 2 of our doubleheader. You know, Jamie, I know on the scoreboard, there's a shot. That's a high pop-up infield. Looks like the second baseman's got it. He does. 1 away. Jamie,
I caught it cleanly.
Yeah, I was going to let you know that the error count is Lane with 2 errors, Tuskegee with 3. And so if I had to do on an inning by inning count, I had errors for Tuskegee in the 1st, 3rd, and 4th. And then for Lane, you had errors in the 2nd and 3rd.
That sounds about right.
Joshua Lewis who led off the inning. Led off the game with a strikeout. Then he did get hit by a pitch in his second at-bat. Reached second on a wild pitch and scored. Lays down the bunt up the third baseline. Pitcher comes over, Ballard. Strong throw by Ballard to first, and he's out.
Really strong throw by Ballard. Initially, I thought he was probably in the way of the third baseman, and the third baseman had a better angle, but I tell you what, Ballard got it over there quickly.
Look, that might have been one of the plays of the day, because not only was Lewis hauling butt up the sideline, just the fact that Ballard, I mean, you got to say it, Jamie, he probably took that one away from his third baseman, but he had enough confidence to pick it up and throw it to first on a dime. I mean, that was a rope.
Yes, it was.
And the first baseman didn't have to jump, didn't have to do anything extra. It was right where it needed to be. I guess that's what pitchers are supposed to be able to do, right?
Yes, it is.
So now Ballard with 2 outs, facing Russell Coleman. Coleman in his last at-bat walked, stole second, and then scored a run. But he also struck out his very first at-bat. So 0 for 1 on the day with a stolen base and a run.
I'll tell you what, Ballard looks so much more composed in this inning so far.
Got that one called strike 2. Now he's looking at 2-2. Yeah, he does. It's a totally different pitcher here than what we saw in the bottom of the third. The 2-2. Low. Ball 3 now. Coleman has done a great job of forcing full counts on Ballard. He's forced a 3-1 and a 3-2 in the last 2 plate appearances. Right back to Ballard, snags it, flip over to first. 1, 2, 3. I'm telling you, Jamie, what a inning by Joel Ballard.
And I tell you what, I think we may have had it wrong, actually. I actually think that's Elias, Zach Elias. Instead.
Well, we'll figure it out when we come back. When we come back into the top of the 5th inning. You're watching the Music City Diamond Classic on the Black College Sports Network.
This is our moment, and we're doing what many thought we couldn't. We're investing in the stock market. We're buying rental properties. We're starting businesses. And when you're looking for a financial advisor to help you build wealth, choose one you can trust. Choose Wilson Wealth.
Heading into the top of the 5th inning, Tuskegee with a 5-1 lead over on Lane. Hunter Hudson still on the plate, and Javion Woods at the plate. Joining us right now in the box with me, Mr. Prentice Hill of BCSG 360.
Yes, sir.
Had to make sure I say that right. BCSN, BCSC. I had to make sure I get all my acronyms right. I was you know, we've been working with you enough. It felt natural, so I'm glad I got it out and didn't mess it up.
Good job.
How you doing, sir?
Doing great. How you doing today?
Great. First off, congratulations on another Diamond Classic.
Thank you.
You know, in talking to some of the coaches and the hotels, you know, and some of the fans that we bumped into and talked to, they're enjoying the atmosphere. Very appreciative to be able to see their team, whether it be online or just here in a beautiful ballpark. So, I mean, we're honored and thankful to be a part of this. What's some of the feedback you're getting?
All the feedback is great. We've had a great season with our regular season events, starting in Jacksonville on March 22nd with the Jack's Diamond Classic in partnership with the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, featuring Edward Waters and Savannah State. Great turnout at that event for year one. And the fans there are eagerly anticipating the second annual Jack's Diamond Classic. So we're very excited. We had an opportunity to get one of the two classics in down in Frisco, Texas, which features Southern University versus Arkansas Pine Bluff. We weren't able to get the State Fair Diamond Classic in due to COVID situations around the program at Prairie View A&M. That game would have featured Grambling State. But all of the teams that have participated this year, all of the fans that have participated this year, all of our sponsors have all had great feedback. And so we're very excited about the opportunity of bringing these events back next year. Being here in Nashville, Tennessee, brings back a lot of great memories for myself. Being a Tennessee State University alum, being back in the city of Nashville, seeing all the growth and boom of this town, and being able to bring a HBCU Diamond Classic to the city of Nashville and feature two institutions such as Tuskegee University and Lane College just makes us proud to be doing what we're doing, promoting black college baseball and promoting HBCUs to urban youth.
And so you're I'm sure you're starting to, your vision, when you visioned the Diamond Classics, is it starting to, your vision starting to become a reality? That's got to be a wonderful feeling in some regards. I mean, it's not the clear vision, it's not there yet, but you got to start as you see things starting to move into focus, it's got to be a warm feeling sometimes where maybe you're shaking your head like, man, this is happening.
Absolutely. It's starting to take shape. We definitely can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can tell you there's been a lot of hard work to get us to this point, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of revenue invested. But here we are today in the city of Nashville with our third event of the regular season, eagerly anticipating our postseason events. And so we're very excited, very pleased where we are, great partnerships, one of which is with BCSN. And the great work they do, live streaming of our events. It looks just as good as you would see on any major sports network. So we're very proud of having the opportunity to not only host events such as this, but stream them at a high level, high quality for our black college fans.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that I think we've definitely heard from people. I mean, even the players. I mean, every chance we get every opportunity we have had to talk with different guys, I mean, they love it. I mean, even going back to the players that we talked to in Frisco, and then these young men. I mean, this is first class. So I mean, they have enjoyed every bit of it. And that might be the third out of this inning, and so we're gonna stay here with Prentice Hill. The Diamond Classic Series, you already sort of mentioned, and look, you did this during on the back half. Look, we're still in a pandemic. I'm not gonna, but you did this during a COVID pandemic. That's got to be also encouraging to you. What's been maybe if you can maybe share a little with the people who are watching and listening, what's maybe been one of the real tough challenges of doing this during this period of our society, dealing with a pandemic?
One of the most challenging things in doing these events in general is scheduling. Whether it's a pandemic or not a pandemic, scheduling is the most challenging part of what we're trying to do, because once you get beyond the month of March and hosting these events at minor league ballparks, you're now faced with fitting an event in between open dates that they have at the ballpark or whatever other activities or events they may have scheduled outside of. And so with that, you're looking at a situation where you might have a specific matchup in mind, and as a way we approach having learned from lessons in the past, what we look at is markets that have large HBCU alumni following, minor league franchise. We're looking for regional matchups, and we're looking for dates that fit, right? And so as we start planning, now that we have a partnership with several of the minor league franchises, we can now sit down at the table as they're working through finalizing their schedules. We can partner in identifying dates and looking at schedules of the participating teams, and now we have this information in real time while decisions are being made, and we can better be proactive as opposed to being reactive. In the past, we've gotten information with regards to scheduling maybe as late as November, December in the calendar year, and sometimes we find ourselves in January, maybe even early February, still trying to place events. Even with this event, because of the pandemic, minor league baseball and Major League Baseball did not set their schedules until sometime in March. So all of our March events, or the majority of our March events, we were able to get in. But this event being in April, minor league schedules were pushed back to start in May, and so that left opportunities for us to get April events in without having to compete with the scheduling of the minor league schedule.
Okay. That's good to know, because I was thinking, when you mentioned scheduling, the first thing that popped into my head, was the fact that it kind of worked out that a lot of these ball clubs didn't start till May, or at least from what I'm hearing and talking to the various personnel at the between the Jacksonville site and even in Frisco and here, is that the season is not scheduled to start in May. But that also, then again, was probably due to the scheduling thing. So hopefully as we get back into the normal flow, they'll probably have their schedules set in the winter.
Absolutely.
And you'll be able to sort of plan accordingly based on that.
Typically, they have an idea of what they're looking at schedule-wise as early as September. And so that gives us a considerable amount of time to discuss with teams, identify matchups that we feel will work. A lot of times in a situation like this, people automatically will say, hey, well, attendance is not as good as you would like, but that's one of the reasons why we chose to get some of these events in under a pandemic, because we kind of get a mulligan. And so they're not high expectations for attendance, and so it gives us an opportunity to get in here and run a test tube of an event, so to speak, and we can get a better idea. And people can get an understanding of what it looks like, and they will automatically say, hey, it was a pandemic, so just imagine what it's going to look like next year when you're not operating under those limitations. And so we wanted to take advantage of this timing because we did not want to have a heap of expectations on it, but now that we've gotten some of these events in, like in Frisco, Texas, here in Nashville, definitely in Jacksonville, the fans and stakeholders are eagerly anticipating year two. And the interesting thing, these are all inaugural events.
Yes.
The only events that we had that would have been in second years or multiple years of hosting had we executed the Magic City Diamond Classic or the event in Gary, Indiana, the Steel City Diamond Classic. But everything else has been an inaugural event. The fans and stakeholder sponsors have all responded well, and we're well positioned to level up these events in year two.
As you were just watching that replay there of what would have been the inning ending out, but due to that throw from the third baseman, Armstrong pulled the first baseman up the line a little bit. I thought he tagged him on the back of the foot, to be honest with you. Tough play, though. I think they did give Lane an error, though. What position did you play?
So I played high school baseball at Parker High School there in Birmingham.
Okay.
H. Parker High School, historic high school there in the city of Birmingham, state of Alabama. And I played second base, a little bit of second base, and a little bit of outfield.
Okay. So let's talk about what's upcoming. As you mentioned that this Music City Diamond Classic sort of wraps up the regular season, but we've got some big things happening in the quote-unquote postseason.
That's correct. We have, just to give you a little background on our postseason endeavors over the last couple of years, we were looking to host the HBCU World Series back in, let's say this is 2021, I think it was 2019. And that event was slated to feature Southern University, which actually won the SWAC championship tournament that year, and the number 1 ranked team, North Carolina A&T, who wound up losing their conference tournament in the MEAC to play one game winner-take-all event there in Chicago at Guaranteed Rate Field. Due to threat of weather, I should say, we made the decision to cancel the event and look towards 2020 to bring the event back. But pandemic hit, so we had to push it back off another year. And so with all that has happened during the pandemic in black college baseball, a lot of challenges in some of these conferences to host not only spring sports but winter and fall sports. And so the SIC decided to cancel their seasons and championship competition events. So that kind of left us with an opportunity to put together the Black College World Series down in Montgomery in partnership with the Montgomery Biscuits. Very excited about that event. That's an 18 double elimination tournament that will feature 4 NCAA Division II HBCUs and 4 NAIA HBCUs. And so in the championship round, it will have 1 representative from each association, and the winner will be crowned Black College, Small College champion. So that event is, here again, another inaugural event. We seem to be cranking out inaugural events this year during a pandemic, so go figure. Much like a lot of these pharmaceutical companies are cranking out vaccines. But we're very excited about creating a postseason for black college baseball, many of which do make it to postseason, NCAA, NAIA, Division I and II NCAA. But we felt like it was necessary in order to raise the profile of black college baseball, there was a need to crown champions at both the small college and large college levels of black college baseball. So we're in the works of getting things finalized for the HBCU World Series, which will be a matchup between representative from the MEAC, representative from the SWAC. So a lot of what we've been working on is starting to come to fruition. Like your first question, we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're starting to garner some attention of key stakeholders, major stakeholders in baseball. We have been working very diligently in a partnership with Major League Baseball, and so we're making progress on that front. Very excited about collaborating with Major League Baseball and their efforts and mission to grow the game in urban communities. As you look at all of our events, we've had a great deal of our attendance, our youth softball and baseball players traveling from hundreds of miles away to our events just to see black college baseball, to see players, to see coaches that look like them and are playing the game at the collegiate level in a facility such as the minor league ballparks that we're playing in. So I definitely want to take the time to shout out the minor league franchises and the ballparks that we have hosted events at this year, starting with the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. Harold Crawl, the general manager there, has been very instrumental in helping BCSG 360 cultivate relationships within minor league baseball, and helping us create the partnership structure and model so that we can go into different markets and partner with minor league franchises. So we're thankful for the use of 121 Financial Ballpark there. Then down in Frisco, Texas, another one of our great minor league partners, the Frisco Rough Riders. We were slated to have a really big weekend of black college baseball there, where we're going to host the State Fair Diamond Classic, which, like I said, Prairie View A&M, Grambling State, and then the Lone Star Diamond Classic that did happen between Southern and Pine Bluff.
Right.
Down in that market, in addition to Victor Rojas, who's the general manager and president there, doing a great job leading that franchise in his first year. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Torrey Hunter, former Major League Baseball player, native of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, has just supported the event and supported BCSG in its efforts to raise the profile of black college baseball. And so we're very excited about working with our stakeholders down in the Frisco, Texas market. And then we come to Nashville just a few weeks later with only a few weeks to put this program together. Thankful to the supporters and stakeholders here. Thankful to Adam Noose, the general manager with the Nashville Sounds, and this beautiful facility, First Horizon Park. We've had a great regular season of events, and we couldn't be more excited about coming back next year and implementing our full slate of about 20 HBCU Diamond Classics in the regular season. So you can expect next year more inaugural events, as well as some opportunities to visit some HBCU campuses and do some baseball, black college baseball events there.
Wow, that is awesome. What an awesome schedule. Yeah, definitely thank you to all of those sponsors and all of the staff at all of those. I mean, they've been, gracious, hospitable, first class around the board.
Yes.
So we right along with you, we say thank you to all of them as well. Some great conversations with all of them. So the Black College World Series coming up in a couple of weeks, matter of fact, where we will actually reveal the 8 teams. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm doing a kind of just, this will be one of the first, I won't say it's the first, but among major sports in black college, this might be the first on the field black college national champion that will actually be crowned. I mean, without having to, where we actually get to see the competition decided on the field. I mean, look, if anyone from some other bowls and some other sports, they may fuss at me and say, oh, no, we have this, that, and say, well, everybody doesn't have a chance to play in that, though. This, though, everyone who's eligible has an opportunity to play. No one is left out, if you understand, if you see where I'm going here. So this is an actual first, and I mean, my good friend Dr. Cavill may have some history, and he'll say, no, Brian, actually from 1950-something, and I did some great research with him, so I kind of mentioned that. But I'm sure there's some event from long before we were thought of that there may have been an opportunity. But on the field, though, in modern times, this might be one of the first opportunities where a black college national champion will be decided on the field. In the what we might call the small school division, where you've got the NAIA and Division II programs. And so they'll get a chance to kind of settle it on the field. And then you even move to the HBCU World Series, which will be the Division I showdown. I'm curious about, now let people know the location, because I think you may have mentioned it earlier. I believe the Black College World Series will be in Montgomery, correct? Montgomery, Alabama. And then will the same site host the HBCU World Series?
The HBCU World Series, we can just say that
we're working on the final location.
We're going somewhere where we've already been this year.
Ooh, okay.
And let's just say the location, everything is big there.
Ooh, okay.
So
I got you.
We're not at liberty to announce just yet the specific location, but it has been decided. And we are working to finalize that in the very near future so that we can go ahead and make that announcement and start working towards getting everything in place that we need to get in place in order to make that a grand event.
Right. And Tuskegee gets out of the inning here in the top half of the sixth, still with a 5-1 lead as we head into the bottom of the sixth inning here with Prentice Hill from BCSG 360. Of course, the founder, creator of the Diamond Classic Series. We've had the Jack's Diamond Classic. We've also had the Lone Star Diamond Classic. And, of course, you are watching the Music City Diamond Classic. And, of course, in a couple of weeks, it'll be the Black College World Series. Got to keep getting this right. I'm getting pretty good at this, but I always just like to double check and make sure. So, Jamie, I'm sorry, Jamie Walker. You've been patiently letting me ask questions to Prentice. Do you have any questions that you'd like to ask Mr. Hill?
You're doing a phenomenal job.
I'm glad you're still there. I didn't forget about you. I just you just got caught up. Look, I get caught up in these interviews, and so it's all good. Anything else you want to add, Mr. Hill? I mean, look, this is your event. We're honored to be a part of it and help bring this to the people. This is one of the things that when Roy and I, decided that we wanted to dedicate time into broadcasting Black College athletic events. These are some of the events that we envision being a part of. So we're appreciative and thank you for letting us be a part of it. But anything you want to add, and how can people contribute? How can people buy tickets? Where can we send people so that they can stay abreast of things that are happening?
So yeah, just in closing, as we get ready to go down and do the trophy ceremony of the winner of this event. We just want to say thank you to everyone for supporting, whether it be watching on BCSN, whether it's attending the games and purchasing tickets, whether it's purchasing donor tickets, whether it's sponsoring, whether it's prayers. Because I would not be here, or these events would not be here if it were not for the prayers of so many. I know I spent many a night on my knees praying for these type of days to come. So we're just very thankful, very appreciative from the standpoint of purchasing tickets for events. You should be able to on Wednesday start purchasing tickets for the Black College World Series down in Montgomery. And because we have structured our events as partnerships with the minor league franchises, our tickets are sold on their website. So you could visit the Montgomery Biscuits website and just do a Google search of Montgomery Biscuits tickets, and it should lead you to the ticket location to purchase tickets for the Black College World Series. But pretty much we try to streamline this process, just continue to, everything. We're in a social media world today. A lot of our marketing takes place there, but nothing beats word of mouth. And so we want people to continue to talk about the events and opportunities that are taking place in Black College baseball as we continue to raise the profile of this great game. Like I said, when we talk about the history of Black College baseball, before there was Negro League baseball, there was Black College baseball. And so as a result, it's only right that we recognize Black College baseball in the way that we are looking to do, and also utilize it as an opportunity to introduce the next generation of players and fans in urban communities to baseball. This is nothing more than a brand of baseball. And so we want to make sure that this brand of baseball is here to stay. So we'll be, like my good friends over at Blackball like to say, we're blackballing and barnstorming. And so we're going to continue to do just that with these black college events.
All right, well said, sir. We will make sure to continue to give out the plugs in the last inning and a half here. Tuskegee with a 5-1 lead, and as Lane comes together here, this might be Lane's last opportunity to keep Tuskegee from adding onto their lead, and especially if they want to win this series. And this is the rubber match. We had a shutout in Game 1. Lane won that contest 10-1 on 10-0 on Saturday. And here in Game 1 of our doubleheader, Tuskegee won 5-0. So now Tuskegee with a 5-1 lead here. This is it. So somebody's walking out of here with a trophy in a dramatic Game 3. So couldn't have played out any better for the dramatics on this one.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. So again, Mr. Prentice Hill, BCSG 360, and it's a nice play by the shortstop. And we'll see you down on the field for the trophy presentation at the end of this contest to somebody, whether it be Tuskegee holding on for the win or whether Lane comes back in dramatic fashion. So we look forward to that, and we look forward to seeing you in Montgomery.
Absolutely.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right. Again, Mr. Prentice Hill, BCSG 360. Jamie?
Great interview.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. As we had a surprisingly though, no runs scored during our interview, and there's going to be a wild pitch that's going to advance the runner to third. And you were
Elias actually.
Yeah, exactly. You were right about it. It was Elias who came in the fourth inning.
And earlier on, he was pitching well.
Yes, he was. He was. This is probably his roughest stretch, as I kind of, I've been kind of keeping a little bit of the stats, keeping score a little bit here during the interview with Mr. Hill. So now Tuskegee with a runner on third. Russell Coleman, who's 0 for 2 today.
So again, Tuskegee looking to pad those stats and get some more runs in.
So there are actually 2 outs. Well, that put Coleman on first with a walk. I missed how Lewis went out earlier.
Well, there's a couple of errors that happened during the inning. One throwing error.
Right. In my count, we had an E4, we had a pass ball, and then we had a wild pitch.
All of the above.
And that put Mr. Johnson, Dominic Johnson, on third base. And here we have Ronald McGee, who's 2 for 3 today. With a pair of singles, 2 RBIs, a run scored. He's having a busy day. Shot into left field. That's going to drop right in front of the left fielder. It's going to bring another run in. And Tuskegee adds to their lead. It's now 6-1. And that is the third RBI by McGee.
And again, you can see the Golden Tigers really use a small ball, just advance the runners and just continue to put runs on to pad this lead.
Neither team being too nice to the other on their senior night. Of course, yesterday was Tuskegee's senior night, and that they got shut out 10-0. And then on Lane's senior night, and there's a hit batter, and that's going to load the bases up. And then on Lane's senior day or senior ceremony, they get shut out 5-0.
Well, I guess you couldn't equate it to homecoming, but sometimes you want to spoil an opponent's senior night or whatever night they have to celebrate their team.
Caleb Cobb at the plate, 1 for 2 today. Runners all over the base pads. There are 2 outs. Tuskegee with a 6-1 lead. Fouled off. Brings the count even at 1. One of the most underappreciated sounds that I think I've heard today is the organ music, Jamie.
I agree.
Another foul ball. Hits the roof.
If you've ever been a part of baseball for several years, there's just certain things that they do at ballparks that's just an attachment to the aura of the experience.
Off the ground, that's a pass ball. Oh, no, it comes off the ricochet. And fortunately, all the runners have to get back to their original base.
And that's happened a couple of times this game to save some runs.
Yeah, there have been some very fortunate ricochets. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Elias. Foul ball as Caleb Cobb stays alive. Walk single, reached on an error so far today in his 4th plate appearance. Right up the middle, second shortstop. It bounces right through his arm. 1 run comes in. Coming around third. Sliding. Uh-oh. And he's going to be safe as that ball could not be controlled by the catcher. 2 runs score on the...
And it was actually a really good block by the catcher. Just couldn't get the ball and make the tag. And that may have been the slowest rolling ball up the middle for a single I've ever seen.
Yeah, definitely. And that was a good slide by McGee. And the catcher, Armstrong, Jonneil Armstrong, did a good job of blocking the plate, but he could not maintain control. And so now the lead expands to 8-1 for Tuskegee.
You got to keep in mind, they've been doing this with 2 outs.
Right. Richard Smith batting in place of Cody Wallace here. And Tuskegee has really just taken advantage of these innings. I mean, you see 2 scoreless innings and then a big 5-run inning. 2 scoreless innings, and here we are now in the bottom of the 6th, and they've added 3. So it's just been, one of those days for Lane.
They've been taking advantage of the errors that Lane has made.
Nice diving catch by Thomas Arias. Gets out of the inning, but the damage has been done as 2 runners left on base, but Tuskegee added 3 more to the board, and we go to the 7th inning. Could be the final 3 outs of this contest. You're watching the Music City Diamond Classic on the Black College Sports Network.
Have you had your Earth Blend coffee today? At Earth Blend Coffee, we take pride in offering you the very best of beans across the world, blended and roasted to perfection, giving you superior quality and satisfying and flavorful taste. Experience the world in 1 cup with Earth Blend Coffee.
beautiful people, it's your girl Maya here, and I'm just stopping through to send some love your way, but also to invite you to download the iHeart My HBCU app, the official HBCU spare change app to mix and mingle in the HBCU chat rooms as alumni vie for the #1 spot for the most loved HBCU based on spare change donations. I hope everybody's staying safe and well out here. Much love, peace, and blessings. Enjoy.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and Parenting Education Coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentJAX.
Here we are at the top of the 7th inning. Could be the final 3 innings or final 3 outs of this contest for Tuskegee with an 8-1 lead. And on the hill for Tuskegee still, Hunter Hudson.
He's throwing a phenomenal ball game.
You know, that's the one thing I think that's been underrated, Jamie. We have seen, I would say, among the winning teams here, and if Tuskegee holds on, we would have seen 3 outstanding pitching performances by the winning pitcher. And I'm talking practically complete games. In game 1, Thomas Arias, who is batting here in the right fielder, pitched a gem in game 1 for Lane on Saturday. Then in our first part of our doubleheader, it was Savante Williams for Tuskegee pitching a complete game, I believe, in 7 innings and a 5-0 shutout. And here we have Hunter Hudson, who, has only given up 1 run, 4 hits. There's been about 3 errors, though. But overall, he's pitched a very good ball game.
Well, it just helps whenever you can get those kind of performances from really just your pitching staff in general. We've seen a classic where a team had to go to several pitchers during innings.
Yes, we have.
I would say complete ball games.
Yes, we have.
So it helps when you can get someone to really throw a good ball game. And again, it doesn't come down to overpowering the team. If you keep the ball, in play, have your defense help you out, that's what they're there for. Then you can get in these kind of ball games.
Called strike 3 on the full count. And Tuskegee 2 outs away from closing out this series as they are the home team. And what a difference a day makes. Talking to Coach Hollins after being run off the field pretty much in game 1, 10-0, they have battled back, man. And he said that he felt like his guys just weren't ready for the spotlight in game 1. But they have really answered against a more experienced team, and admittedly so. By this is a team with, as we saw during the pregame, 11 seniors. I mean, so this is an experienced Lane team.
Sometimes it can come down to that experience, but at the same time, I think it was that shocking call that Tuskegee got in that first game.
Ooh, inside and tight. Did he get hit? No, I don't think so. I think he wanted the umpires looking
like, come on back here, let's get it on.
I think Coach Barber thought he got hit.
It's like they're having some discussion about it.
Yeah. As he comes over to talk to the umpire.
And I'll tell you what, Henry spun so fast, I couldn't really tell if he got hit or not.
Adonsky Henry. Henry pinch hitting for Janelle Armstrong here. 2-1 count. Fouled that one off. Now it's 2-2.
Coming in cold, you're always curious to see if the hitter really can focus and put something in play.
The 2-2. Swinging strike. And that is 2 away for Tuskegee. And here we are, 1 out away. 1 out away from Tuskegee sweeping the doubleheader and taking 2 out of 3 in the Music City Diamond Classic. At the plate, Tavares Brown. Hudson high on that pitch, ball 1.
Hudson again pitching a phenomenal game.
Foul ball into the upper deck area. You see Hudson at 105 pitches. 1 ball.
You don't see that in major leagues nowadays.
No, you sure don't. And that's amazing. You know, again, we talked about the pitching performance. I think that's what I'll remember most from this series. We've had 3 pitchers now go well into the high 90s, into the hundreds, and throw complete games, or practically complete game shutouts.
What's a little bit different just because it's a doubleheader and it's a 7-inning doubleheader?
Indeed, indeed. There's a called strike on the swing, and here we are, top of the 7. 2 outs, 2-2. 1 strike and 1 out away from Tuskegee winning the Music City Diamond Classic. Hudson, the pitch. Right down the plate. Ball 3.
I am shocked.
I am too. But we just wanted to have a full count here, Jamie. So here we go.
Oh, the suspense.
Full count, 2 outs. Hudson to the plate. Swinging strike 3, and Tuskegee has won the Music City Diamond Classic with a beautiful pitching performance by Hunter Hudson, winning 2 out of 3, an 8-1 victory. Coach Barber, Coach Hollins comes together there at center at the home plate. 2 SIAC rivals, and it's a shame that we don't have an SIAC postseason, but I tell you what, these 2 have represented the conference very well, and so very encouraged about what this series will look like when we get back to a normal baseball season.
Very much so. I think when you got 2 teams, that really want to just play each other close in conference, really didn't have any hopes of doing anything within the SIAC. When they come together in these kinds of events, they want to show their best.
And so, talk about a stark difference from Saturday to Sunday. Tuskegee gave up 10 runs in game 1 on Saturday, allows 1 run in 2 games today in this doubleheader. Gave up, outscored Lane 5-0 in game 1 and 8-1 here in game 2. And as we see down on the field, I'm sure we'll have, hopefully we'll have some pictures. There you see Mr. Prentice Hill there with the trophy, the winners of the Music City Diamond Classic That beautiful trophy will be presented, I'm sure, to head coach Reggie Hollins. And I'm telling you, Tuskegee came to play. A great piece of coaching and some great managerial work there by Coach Hollins, as he has done a great job with this group of young men. And as I said, I mean, this group, it was a tough first game, but they really came to play here this afternoon. What are your thoughts, Jamie? I'll give you an opportunity. Any final thoughts that you may have on this contest?
Well, I have to attribute just again Coach Hollins for being able to steer the ship with this team. When you get beat like that on the first night, you really have a wake-up call, and it really is a credit to your coaching staff in general. And these guys just really came back to take the last two, and I'm loving what I'm seeing now.
Music City Diamond Classic champions. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us, Jamie. Look, hey, it's been a great weekend series. We got to thank everyone that's been a part of this. BCSG 360, thank the Nashville Sound, everybody here with their staff. Of course, been a pleasure to actually meet and talk with Coach Barber and Coach Hollins, and congratulations to their players and a great crowd that came out. We're thankful for them and all they do. Obviously, congratulations and thank you to our producer, Roy Evans. Thank you to A.D. Drew, who called games 1 and 2 of this series. And, Jamie, thank you for coming in and joining me here on Game 3. Any final thoughts that you might have before we sign off?
We are absolutely in a phenomenal time in Black College baseball, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Well said. Just want to remind people, the Black College World Series, the special announcement of the 4 Division II and 4 NAIA schools will be made later this week. Look for that live show.
Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Of course, you can go to blackcollege9s.com and take a look at the teams that are in contention if you want to maybe do some forecasting of who might be playing in that series. That will be in Montgomery, Alabama, home of the Montgomery Biscuits. It will be a double elimination tournament. And so, it should be a fascinating series. So, again, we're looking forward to being a part of that. Again, go to blackcollege9s.com to take a look at that. You can also go to Montgomery Biscuits after the announcement of the teams on Tuesday evening on our networks, mybcsn.net, as well as you can probably look for it on our Twitter feed, Facebook, at mybcsn1. The number 1 is how you can find us and look for that announcement. Montgomery Biscuits on their website is where you'll be able to purchase tickets. So that'll be in Montgomery, Alabama. And I hope I got all the plugs in. My partner, A.D. Drew, would be on me about the different plugs and stuff, so if I didn't get it all in. Anything I missed there, Producer Roy? Nope, think we got it all. All right, so for everybody.
I think you got it all in. So.
Yes. Jamie, thank you for joining us, man. A great job all weekend with your coverage. We appreciate you being a part of the team and the network, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you very soon. So be safe, all right?
Most definitely. Thank you.
All right, and so for A.D. Drew and Jamie Walker and our producer, Roy Evans, I am Brian Fulford. Thank you, and we'll play a final tune and say thank you to everybody here in Nashville. You guys be safe out there. God bless, and we will see you at the Black College World Series in Montgomery, Alabama. And make sure to tune in Tuesday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, for the announcement of the 8-team field. Good night. God bless. Peace out.